Hi, this is Trey Passer. As promised in my vlog, I went to see two movies today. The first movie I saw, excuse me, not this one, of course, was Hidden Figures. Okay, this is a movie starring Tara P. Henson, Octavia Spencer, Janelle Monáe, Kevin Costner, Kirsten Dunst, Jim Parsons, and this is basically the story about the women. This is a story I never heard about uh, in school. I wish I did growing up, but I never heard about this story about the women. They actually called them human computers, African American women that were actually great mathematicians that actually helped with the space program back in the 60s. Of course, Tara P. Henson plays Katherine Johnson, Octavia Spencer plays Dorothy Vaughan, and Janelle Monáe plays Mary Jackson. And again, they were basically called human computers because they helped. They were incredibly with the math, and they helped with the space program and putting John Glenn into orbit. They helped with that, and this is their story. Of course, being the 60s, of course, they had to put up with racism and stuff, and of course, being women as well, they had to put up with gender bias as well. And this story really surprised me because, like I said, I never heard about this growing up in school. I wish I did. I mean, I heard about NASA, but I never heard about these women that were actually real life people. And it really kind of is a shame that we weren't, because of because of prejudice, we weren't taught this in school, and which is really a shame. But anyway, um, this movie I thought was really, really, really well done and really good. Again, Tara P. Henson to me is great. She's Katherine Johnson, and they show her character from when she's a little girl, and she just always had a way with numbers and stuff. They even People even pitched together to send her to a better school because she was so good with the numbers. And of course, you have Octavia Spencer who plays Dorothy Vaughan. She's like the supervisor, the unofficial supervisor of the group of women and stuff and she wants to be the supervisor, but of course, being the times is she doesn't. They don't officially give her the position or the money that comes with it, and she has to fight against that. At the same time, dealing with at this time also they were getting IBM computers and stuff, and also you have Janelle Monáe's character Mary Jackson. She wants to be the first you know female engineer at NASA, but of course at the time there was no segregated schools, so she couldn't go. So basically she had to try to fight to get the education so she can qualify to be the first female, I guess not female, I guess first colored woman or African American woman to be an engineer. And they tell their individual stories and also show their day-to-day life and stuff. And it's really well done. You see the prejudice obviously in there. They don't beat you over the head in it, and the movie is predictable. I mean, you can pretty much these type of movies, especially this type of movie, you can tell it's kind of predictable where it starts out and where it's going to eventually end. But it's still very enjoyable and very well done and very well acted. I thought again, Tara P. Henson always impresses me exactly. Her character, I absolutely loved her character, and of course Janelle Monáe, who's I think this is like her second film or something like that, but she's really really good and feisty as Mary Jackson. Of course, Octavia Spencer as Dorothy Vaughan is her usual great self. And I like Kevin Costner in this. He plays Al Harrison, like the boss of all the mathematicians and stuff, and trying to get these people to get this task done to get a man, because they're racing against Moscow at the time, Russia, at the same time trying to get a man into space and stuff. And then you have Kirsten Dunst and Jim Parsons. They play kind of, I guess not minor roles. I guess Jim Parsons' part is a little bit more substantial. He plays a guy that works actually with Tara P. Henson. His character, Katherine Johnson, of course, and I think his character to me is he's more. I think he is like working with women. To be perfectly honest, that's the more of the vibe I got for him. And of course, they're a product of their times, of course. But you also get to see again their personal home life and stuff, and you get to see their interact with their kids and stuff, which is always good. But I like knowing that these women who are incredibly smart women who basically had to fight for everything they got was actually instrumental in with the space program. I really think that's a story that had to be told, and I'm glad it was finally told. But the movie itself, to me, is just really well done and well acted. Like I said, they don't beat you over the head with the racism. It's there and stuff, and you see it. It happens, and you feel, especially as African American, I felt I felt it for them. But it's a really well done movie, and I thought just a really one of the better movies that I've seen. I guess they came out technically last year, but this movie is really enjoyable. I definitely recommend it, and this actually makes me want to read the book that this is based on. I think there's a book based on it, and if you want to look up about the three women, you know, Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson. Because again, as an African American, I'm proud, and I'm again really ashamed that they didn't teach this to us in school. I really that part really kind of pissed me off that they didn't teach this to us in school. Kind of, you know, downplayed that in history. But I definitely recommend you go see this movie, and it's very enjoyable, and definitely some fine acting in this, and a great story to be told. And I'm glad it's being told, and glad this movie's doing well. So overall, I like this movie. I'm gonna give Hidden Figures an 8.5. I really like this movie. It just again, really well done. Kevin Costner, I thought was great as usual. Kevin Costner is always in these 60s movies, and he always gives a great performance. Liked him too, but again, it's the women that are the stars of these movies. Those three women together have great frank chemistry and stuff, and they really make you feel for their characters and stuff, and they fight, and they're fighters, and that really makes you proud as an American and as a black man. It makes me feel proud, and I'm glad this story is being told. Again, a story that should have been taught in school. Okay, again, 8.5. Anyway, let me know what you think of Hidden Figures. What do you think of it? If you've seen it, what do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.